Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am the Iceman, and I am about to jump into a playthrough of an oldie but goodie. Well, not goodie in all aspects. I mean, it's a goodie for me. I've always liked it. An oldie called Pool of Radiance II, The Ruins of Myth Drannor.
Let us begin.
Time for the story. Is that like Let Us Pray in church? Let us
New
begin?
Flan, the year of the gauntlet. 10 summers ago, mighty heroes battled evil throughout this city. Here in this cavern, they defeated an awesome foe and destroyed the soul-stealing Pool of Radiance. Today, that tale is the stuff of Harper ballads. New Flan prospers, sure that the evil it faced is dead. But evil never dies.
Much like the Kardashians. That guy came down with a severe case of insta-zombie. I know, it was catching, but not that much.
Silence. Elminster speaks.
And look, he is wearing a wonderful shawl provided by the...
that has opened, stealing life from your city.
Didn't know he was into leopard
Then where does
patterns.
the life go?
And what does it feed?
A new pool of radiance in Myth Drannor. I have a band of heroes there already, led by Athen. They bear the gauntlets of Moander. They can destroy the pool. But time is fleeting. The evil spreads.
What shall we do?
Gather your heroes.
Get yourself a
Barricade
wizard
every
hat.
Street. Defend
It gives
every
you
passageway.
protection from the
Fight
sun.
for
Look,
every
look
inch
how it's
of your
preventing
city.
me from seeing these horrible sun
Pray
rays.
that Athen fulfills his quest.
The rest of
Assemble
you
the volunteers.
won't have to live in the darkness anymore.
Destiny calls. What manner of heroes will answer it?
All right, enough making fun of the main storyline there. I'm going to create a new game here, and I'm going to create a couple of characters that I'm going to say that, you know, for those people who are purists who love to build their characters with the best stats ever, you're not going to be happy with a lot of my selections. I'm not trying to come up with the perfect characters. I'm trying to come up with ones that I like. In particular, ones that have enough skills for some points, ones that have enough strength for others. Just things that I've found as I've played with each character that I've just found lacking. And so I've handled it with stat changes. One thing in particular, I like to make sure I have no negative saving throws because this game is horrible on rolls as it is already. So let's go ahead and get started. I have 2 characters already created. I have 2 new that I'm going to create right now, so let me go and do so. I'm going to create a human character. She is going to be a cleric. He is going to have a lawful good alignment. He is going to have 12 strength and then 12 dexterity. We'll have 11 for constitution. 12 here, so we'll have 15 for wisdom and 10. I like to have a high charisma score on this character because it gives you, as you will see here in a couple of screens, let me give her a name, Belinda Robbins. And it will give you, as you will see here, 7 charisma will give her 7 turn undeads. That is so much more important to me than any other spell or anything that she has. This is like a key requirement for the game. So that's having at least 7 of them per rest period is wonderful. I got 1, 2, and 4 for my saving throws. That's good. I'm happy with it. So let's go ahead and click done. And I will add Galinda to my party. Then I will add Mongo here. Let me show you his stats. So he's 4, 19, 14, 14, 4, 12, and 4. He's probably my stat maxed out most of all of them. So I'll add him to the party. And then I will add Frodo to the party. Let me show you his stats. 12, 17, 14, 14, 10, 9, 5. And let's go ahead and add one last character. I'm going to do another human. This class is going to be Sorcerer. I'm going to go with Chaotic Neutral for this one. I'm going to take off a couple points and go with 6 strength here. I'm going to go ahead and up the points here to 12. 12 here. Another 12 for intelligence. 10 for wisdom. And then let's get to 17 for the charisma, which is her main skill. So that should be good. Click on next here. I'm going to choose for her magic missile as well as sleep. We'll go with this appearance. Her name will be Akhlana Goring. Switch her appearance so that she's got the sling equipped on default. And we can see her spellcraft is there, concentration, good scores because of the insight, and again, no negative saving throws. So let's go ahead and hit done. Add the character to my party, and we're all set. Go ahead and start.
The life energy of New Flan is being devoured by the Pool of Radiance in Myth Drannor. You can beat back the undead armies it spawns, but you cannot close the passage between the old pool and the new. But passages run both ways. From far away, someone opens a gate. The cry is Athens. You leap to his aid. But something is wrong. The gate is unsteady. Time stretches thin. You reach Myth Drannor. The gate collapses behind you. Your adventure begins.
Nice little intro. Much less silly than the one that was before it. By the time you get to Myth Drannor, Athlan's desperate battle is long over. Now only orcs are here, looting all who fell. It looks like we've got to take them on. Okay, well, let's go ahead and do so. This is my bow character, so I should be able to just fire. And that's... get used to that. That is going to happen a lot with the bow. So now it's going to my main cleric. Let's go ahead and see if we can attack with her. Nope. Didn't like that, huh? So we're gonna do arcane spell here. Let's shoot a magic missile off. Took him down. That's nice. So there's one other one here. So let's try and take another shot at him and go. See if we're any luckier there. Nope, no luck. This time I'm just going to leave my character. We're gonna pull her back. Hopefully, this guy will come to my fighter the most. No luck there. But at least my fighter is next to attack, so let's go for it. And that should do it. When the last orc falls, a bundle falls out from under its belt. The orc has collected the hearts and wrapped them in some paper. The paper turns out to be the pages of the adventurer's journal of Athen's band. Athen had learned that the Scarred Ones had taken up residence in Castle Cormanthor and somehow found a way to corrupt Myth Drannor's ancient and protective spell, Mythal. He sought a way into the castle to stop the Scarred Ones and somehow restore the Mythal. There is more. He mentions allies in City Heights and the skeletal arm, but bloodstains have drowned out everything else. All right, so we finished with that fight. So go ahead and grab the spoils of our first battle here. And it looks like we've got a battle axe. I'll give that to my fighter. And a health salve. I'll give that to my fighter too. It looks like somebody dropped some gold over here. Now, I can tell you from the help here that there are a couple buttons that it's going to be worthwhile noting as we go through this. You can hit these, either any of these keys while highlighting a character, just kind of bring up their page directly, and I'll probably be doing that from time to time without mentioning it. One of the things that I want to do here is look for how to toggle run. So if I hit the right shift key, I can turn run mode on. So I'm going to do that. Hit right shift. Now my characters will move just a little fast. Now I'm going to go ahead and save my game to get started here. And that should be good. All right, so I have played this game before, and I never actually defeated it, but I have actually at least gotten far enough in the game to know how to get a good start off. So the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to make our way over here, and we're going to find a merchant. That's the very first thing. We'll have a couple of fights to go through on the way there, so let's go ahead and get started. This little obelisk sits here and floats around. It really, I've not known there to be any meaning to it. So you click on here and you get this. There's no response, but you sense powerful magic waiting to be released. So we're just going to walk on over this way. And I think once we go through here, we might, get into our first little battle. It looks like we got some zombies. And so the first character here is our bowman. I'm going to take him back a bit and then fight with her, but see if I'm going to try and get attacking with him. That worked. And now for her. So here's the thing with her. She is our cleric. And so she has a combat option of turn undead. And we're going to try that. I don't know if it's going to work here, but that looks to, at least with that one character, and it while it didn't kill them, it has probably made them such that they're immobilized, which is, again, there's so many undead in this game. Having the turn undead skill is quite useful. It doesn't always work, but when it does, it just completely puts the fight in your favor. But I'm also going to do this here. Um, I'm going to click on the F1 key to start bring up the help, and I'm going to see that there is this option here, this control plus the F2 to F10 keys, where you can map the PC's last action to a function key. This is very useful here. I'm going to just use my control F2 to right now so that whenever I have the cleric active again, all I have to do the next uh, turn undead spell is to click the F2 button. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to get control F2. The key map is set and we're good there. So now that he's kind of paralyzed, we should be able to hit him without any issue. Everybody should have an easy shot at him. Oh, that didn't work. And that's not normally a good thing, but not going to complain since he's, like I said, paralyzed. And fight over. Awesome. So doesn't look like these guys drop anything, so let's move on to the next thing. Looks like we have some more undead here to play with. That doesn't sound healthy, but I guess it's not supposed to, huh? Anywho, buddy, I'm going to bring my fighter up front here so that hopefully anyone who's get close enough to us will take him on. And it looks like they brought him here, but part of me is sitting here saying, do I hit the key now? I guess I will, because I mean, I can always rest. I'll go ahead and hit the F2 key to do my... Wait, am I at the right character? Oh, it didn't map the last action, so we'll have to do it manually again. Combat options, turn undead. Oh, okay, so maybe that was why, for whatever reason. Well, gonna have to leave it at that. I'll try next turn. Well, he'll be closer by anyway, so we'll likely hit him too. They do take a long while to move. Okay, so we'll take a shot. No good. So they'll take a shot at him. Ooh. Okay, so now I'm going to try to combat option. Turn undead. Oh, none were turned. And now I'll try again to set that key. Okay, we'll see if that works. At this point, we might want to start applying some of our arcane skills here. Because our friend is starting to run out of power. At least one went down. Let's hopefully... Yeah, the keyboard, it worked that time, but it didn't do anything, I'm afraid. let's do another magic missile. That took care of that. Wonderful. So at least we got through that fight. I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to send our characters up the stairs just a little bit. I'm going to call out the one fighter who got himself injured. I'm going to have him take a taste of this, and notice it gave him all his power back. So this is a healing fountain that I think has unlimited uses. So I'm going to open up our map here, and even though because I know this area pretty much off by heart, I don't need to do this, but I'm going to do it for your guys' sake, just to set a precedent here. To open the map and put important things in it to kind of give you um, uh, landmarks in order to come back to when you load the map full. Because it will start to get pretty big, especially once you get into the dungeon. I'm just going to put healing fountain, and I'm going to close that out here. And nobody else needs to use it at this point in time. I'll go ahead and full up my party again, and then
Blast your vermin, it's rotting hides! Get away from my wagon! Get...
ugh. I'm also going to come over here and set this as my fighter is the main character to move to kind of be the spearhead here. So I'm going to come over here, destroy some barrels, and get to this one, which has a key in it. I'll go ahead and give the key to my thief. And we'll come over here.
Hey, out there! Can you help me out here?
I certainly can. Let's get into a fight here with these guys.
Out there! Hey! Hey! A little help here.
A little help you get. Okay, so let's go ahead.
The idea. Hit him many times. Hard!
All right, we knocked him dead. And I don't think it should be a problem using my last arcane spell here because we're going to sleep here afterwards. I believe it will become a safe place for us to do so. And with him being so low on power, I don't see a reason to use our turn, and then I'll just hit him.
Now I suppose you'll be begging a reward from old Noddle. Well, if you're looking for a hard bargain, you've come to the right place.
Ask him about getting a reward. That would be nice, eh? So, with a fire and a nice warm supper and an hour's peace. Wake up, you're in Myth Drannor, and I'm a trader, see? I can't be giving things away free. Unless... Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you a little secret. I know a hidden spot and a safe place to go. Some people are hiding there, customers of mine. You help them, they'll help you. I keep my customers alive. Everybody is happy, eh? I think that's a fair payment for a good deed. Ask him to tell us the secret. The deal, then. I tell you the secret and we're clean, even. Ah, that's good. Now listen carefully. I'm going to teach you a word of power. And even though he taught that to us, I haven't a clue what that was. Couldn't make it out at all. Noddle gestured slightly, and the word he knows, Tamaki, speaks itself. I just taught you the knocking word. Words like it conceal glyphs. Very handy thing to know what to do. Now that you know the word, go find the big tree stump. It's got a glyph set next to it. The glyph of the hidden. Walk up to it, and the word will speak itself. It will get you into the secret place. There, that's done. Don't be asking me to repeat it. You're getting a bargain. Don't get used to it. It'll never happen again. Ask him where the stump is. Come west of here, across the river. Just follow the orcs. Ask him about his trading business. Ah, it's a tough life, but a good one. Meet all kinds of creatures. I've got my wits to live on my wagon. It's got so many blasted spells on it. I'm amazed it don't just bust into flames someday. I trade with anybody and everybody. Steal when I can. Feed everyone just a little. That's the secret to success. Ask him about the area. Ah, Myth Drannor. Like they say, it's a glorious city, treasures everywhere. That's where the treasure might be found. It comes up from under, out from the dungeon lairs of Alhun and Ferrum. Something's been killing them off. Free treasure for everyone. Ask what enemies are found here. Enemies? I don't have any. Everyone likes Noldo the Trader. But you, watch out for orcs and orog. I've even met a few drow. Your worst enemy, of course, is whoever tripped those fellows from Flan. So let's ask about those fellows from Flan. Ask about Athens' band. I heard they was dead. Sorry to hear it. Athens was a good trader. You know, he brought me some good stuff. I'll try to find out who killed them, but that kind of information don't come cheap. Orcs didn't chirp him. I'll tell you that for free. Hey, that's enough talk. Go use that word I taught you. See me again when you're ready to spend some gold. So they don't let you finish every conversation you get into here and give you every option. After you've asked enough questions, they'll cut you off. So hopefully I asked enough pertinent ones for you guys to be entertained. But at this point in time, like I said, I think we should be able to, yep, once you clear the baddies in this little area, you do get this green tent, meaning you can safely sleep here. We've used a good number of our turn undeads, and we're definitely out of arcane spells. So let's go ahead and save, not save, sleep here. And that's going to take us to nighttime. So I'm going to sleep again. That's not at this early junction. We're not even level 2 yet. Try to take on this area at night. All right, and with it daytime, I'm going to go ahead and save our game, and I'm going to create a game called Temp, which I will kind of use over and over again. I'll overwrite it for the most part. I will keep some main saves at various important parts during the playthrough, but I will kind of use Temp as like a quick save option since there is no quick save in this game. So, all right, so we've finished talking with the merchant, and we don't really have anything worth selling at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and head back the way we came, because I want to get to that west area that he was talking about before I do anything else. You see writing on a signpost marker. The ancient signpost indicates that the circle of spears is off to the east, and the greener grave lies across the bridge. Ooh, looks like we got some orcs to take care of. We'll put our 2 fighters up front and just try to... Oh, not getting very far with those bows. And let's go ahead and use an arcane spell. No, let's lose sleep. It worked on at least one of them. Let's let them approach us. Now I'll use another arcane spell here, Magic Missile. That took care of him. Oh, I wanted to use my green guy. There we go. Oh. This way we pretty much assume he's going to get the most hit points on a swing against somebody who's asleep. So it looks like we got a Leather armor +1. So we'll come here. I do believe that is better than what he has equipped. Let's make sure. Yeah, so that was a +1. So we'll go ahead and leave him with that. Beautiful. All right. Nice to always get some gear, so let's move on. And I do believe that this is the tree stump where they were telling us to use that word. So let's go ahead and go on in. Tom Tulloch, the knocking word, speaks itself and opens your way to the hidden shelter.
Stand ready, Bariant. They are not of Athens' band, and I do not like their look.
Calm, Ferrell. Mystra has touched them. Can you not feel it? Rest easy here, strangers, and tell us your news.
Tell them a gate brought you to Myth Drannor. We can shed some light on that story. Athen told us his band would try to open a gate back to Flat. He knew evil was rising here, but he did not know what it was. Or if he knew, he did not say. Tell them of the Pool of Radiance affecting Flan. Woe to Mystra and her servants, then, a double curse upon us. For Noddle told us that Athen is dead, and Athen was sworn to restore the Mythal. If you seek a Pool of Radiance, his quest seems to now fall upon you. For one terrible hand seems to be at work here, bringing the Mythal low in order to raise the pool. Ask them about the Mythal. The Mythal is an ancient spell of protection laid upon this city long ago. Some say it is the greatest spell ever cast by mortals. Under its powerful weave, Myth Drannor became a city unmatched in grace and grandeur. Legends tell of a golden city, beloved of elves, full of peace and song. How far has it fallen? As long as the Mythal remains, hope remains. Hope that one day Myth Drannor will rise from ruin and once again be the most sacred of cities. But if the Mythal should be returned, it is a horrible thought, and all that ancient power set to evil. Ask them who Mystra is. Mystra, why, she is the goddess of magic, the lady of possibilities. Do you not know her? She tends the weave which all mortals use to cast spells. Gently, Pharaoh. Many honor the mother of magic even if they do not know her by name. Both Pharaoh and I are humble servants of Mystra. Ask them who killed Athen. He did not know his enemy. Scarred mages, he called them, and spat. But it seems clear they are the evil ones that have bent the Mythal to their own ends, or in league with them at least. Why else would they come howling after Athen? Ask them how to take up Athen's quest. Athen would destroy whatever was corrupt in the Mythal. To do that, he knew he must reach the city heights. He had the Ring of Calling. A gold ring with a silver starstone struck fast on the finger bone of a skeleton's arm. He needed the word of power that releases the ring. The word of oblivion. He heard tell of a place called the Room of Words, but he never found it. Noddle says there are many red-robed mages in the halls of light, the upper halls of the dungeon war. One of them must have the arm. One of them must have the arm. Ask how to find the Room of Words. Athen believed he would reach the Room of Words from the dungeons below. He looked in our book and learned the word of Mystra to unseal the way. But he did not live to use it. If you would take up after him, you must begin with the word. Let's see here. Asked them how they met Athens. There is little to tell. They were wounded. I healed them as best I could. I lost my staff, you see, to orcs. Without Deathbane, my healing power is small. Athen told us Elminster sent him here because some ill had struck the great mytho of Myth Drannor. They did not stay long. Athen did not want to bring doom upon us. The mage with him said she would try to open a gate back to Flab. By the goddess, the weave was like silk in her hands. Athen was determined to return to the city heights. In our book, he read the word of Mystra that unseals the tumble-down door, but he never used it. Asked him how they came to be here. Mystra sent us a vision. I saw her wrapped in magic amid the ruins of Myth Drannor. So I joined a band of travelers bound for this city. And I came along to protect my good master from harm. But our group came to a bad end. We fled underground. We were hunted by drow. We escaped them, only to be hounded by orcs. They forced us up from the dungeons, where we met Noddle, generous Noddle, who sold us the password to this ancient elven shelter. Considering our need, the price was not unreasonable. Almost every coin and gem we had. Ask why the way is sealed. I sealed the way myself. When we came up from the dungeons, orcs were after us, so I laid the glyph of Mystra upon the tumble-down door. Tell them how you met Noddle. Take heed. Noddle can be friendly, but he is not your friend. Lie, scavenger. Loyal only to himself and his purse. Still, we are thankful he sent you to us. We will pay for it somehow, mark my words. Varian? I know. I am rattling on. Forgive me for keeping you. Now you must be about your quest. Heed what Athens said. Search for the room of words. May Mystra guide you. To hear our tales or to get healing, talk to me again at any time. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and click on this book here. And that gives us the book, the word we're going to need to proceed. The Elves' Holy Book teaches you Alamahir, the word of Mystra. The word of power will speak itself to unseal the glyph of Mystra. And with that, each of our characters gets a nice level up, which is really important. So for our cleric, we're going to give her to our level 2. And hopefully this will be the only level that we give her where she has a couple of her stats. In particular, her constitution is at 11. We should be finding a barrel somewhat soon as we enter the dungeon that's going to give her that constitution point to put her to the next level up so that her constitution, her hit point advances will be better with each level moving forward. So let's go ahead and give her that level. For our fighter, we're going to give another fighter level 2. Same with the rogue, we're going to stick with the rogue level. And sorcerer, same there. And there's no real options in this game, or at least with these lower levels. You might get spells or something with other levels, but you'll note that the feats and stuff that are given with each level up, they come pre-packaged. There's a lot of things that you get to choose in other games, not in this one, unfortunately. But you are getting feats and stuff with each level. So we'll just, you make do with what it is. Anywho, there's some more that we have to ask them.
You have learned the word of Mystra. Now try to open the sealed door. It leads into the dungeons.
Ask her tales about the above-ground areas. There is not much to tell about the small area we are in, a place we call Stillwater. This is a quiet area, overlooked by everyone except the orcs and undead. But there are a few places indeed that are swarming creatures overlooked. Ask for tales of the dungeons. Pharaoh, you have a good memory for places. Tell them what we learned about the dungeons as we wandered through. We found 4 floors in the dungeons. When you go through the tumble-down door, you enter the main halls. From there are 2 upper floors and 1 lower one. There are many orcs in the main halls of the upper halls. We found many undead as well as bands of lizard folk who seem to be searching for something. We spent as little time as possible in the deep halls. That was a nasty place, and we saw Orogs there, who trooped about according to some dark plan. Ask for more tales. Notto told us that evil mages have taken over the stairs that lead to the main halls of the upper halls. They have undead servants with them. I remember those stairs. They are far away to the east. You pass through endless halls, and the stairs are in the room at the end. But take care. If what? No, somehow that clicked it. We're not going to be able to read it. Sorry, folks. You probably have a pause button. You can go back and read it yourself if you wish. Ask for more tales about the dungeons. Here is a tale, a strange one. When Pharaoh and I were lost in the dungeons, we came across a most helpful fellow. Helpful? Maybe strange, certainly. He was locked away in a cell, but we could hear his voice. He gave us advice on how to stay alive. He hates orcs more than I do, if such a thing is possible. Not far to the northeast of his cell was, I remember him mentioning necklaces, amulets, and torps. He seemed to treasure them. As for more tales, well, Notto once told Pharaoh and me the tale of the crazy laughing man. Surely you do not believe him, Berland? It is clearly a tall tale. Somewhere in the main halls it was that Notto saw this man trading jokes with the Dark Naga. Do you know those of these Naga, big serpent creatures with powerful magics and a thirst for flesh and blood? How could a man befriend one beyond my ken? But Notto says the story is true. Ask for more tales about the dungeons. Have you ever met an Ormia? Fearsome they look, and fearsome they are indeed in battle, but they are not evil creatures. We came upon the tracks of a group of them when we were down in the dungeons. And heard them, too, from a distance, how they made the stone shake. It is unusual for them to go underground, but we never talked with them to learn what story may be. Ask for more tales about the dungeon. Well, here's the story. When we were wandering down in the main halls, Pharaoh did a very clever thing. Clever? Do not think so. We were desperate. So we were. We had hidden ourselves from a large group of orcs, but they were on the verge of finding us. So I threw a stone at the head of Mole, their captain. It struck his forehead with a sound I never heard. Forget it. He was furious, and while the brute was whacking off heads with that great mace, we crept away, forgotten. As for more tales, I remember coming across several doors that were sealed with glyphs placed in the floor before them. Yes, the glyph of water, and another foul glyph I did not recognize. Those doors are sealed with strong magic. You cannot break into them. Do not even try, for some of these glyphs will destroy those who attempt to unwrite them. To open those doors, learn the word of power that unseals the glyphs. Words can be found in books or in scrolls, or they can be learned from one who knows them. Once learned, merely approach the glyph. The word will speak itself. The glyph will open, and you may pass in safety. More tales. When we were in the deep halls, we met a ghost of an elven woman, a cleric of Hanorkalani. She did not speak, but it was clear she wished to show us something in the main hall. Alas, we could not go with her, and at last she disappeared. I do not know what she wanted, but it sorrowed her greatly. As you walk the dungeons, watch for her. More tales. Marion, tell them about the tale of the wasps of Mythanor. This tale is quite old. It is said that Mythanor itself created portals throughout the city, great gateways of magic that the people were glad to use. He put upon those gateways his great seal. In days of old, the ways were open to all, but when the wars came, many of the ways were sealed, and have been sealed since. More tales. Well, I heard a tale once about the sorceress they called Berea. He was from the deep north, and what power flowed in her was in her veins. One drop of her blood could freeze a dozen men. But woe for her! Her power was no match for the evils of the city. She came here in glory, and was never seen again. More tales. How I wish I could understand the speech of orcs, for I often heard them muttering as we crept by them in the dungeon halls. But all I know is they are deathly afraid of their leader, some brute called Zud, and he dwells in a great hall somewhere in the northeast section of the main halls. More tales. Here's the thing that Athen told us, something he heard as he passed through the south part of the main halls of the dungeon. He could sense an unearthly creature moving beyond a wall. It jingled and jangled. He said it carried hundreds of keys. But he could not figure out how to reach the creature. He heard it go downstairs and then it disappeared. As for more tales about the dungeon, one of Myth Drannor's treasure is the wizard's torque, a great necklace. Supposedly it was worn by Ulair the Silent, the city's last grand mage. The wizard's torque was lost when Myth Drannor was overrun and has never been seen again, although rumors about it abounded in the elven court. As for more, Otto has told us a tale, but I am not sure I am ready to believe it. He said he came across a magical gate, and undead beings were coming through, and more of them. An abomination would create such a thing. Nato said the gate was near the center of the halls of stone. He said he swears that it was not there a fortnight ago. More tales. It is said that of all the great books that once graced the libraries of Myth Drannor, only the evil ones remain. These are dangerous books, but the guardians of Myth Drannor banded them with protective spells, so that none could look at them who were not powerful enough to stand against their evil. But woe to us if these books should fall in the hands of evil, for if they somehow learn how to remove those protective spells, they could wield terrible instruments of evil against us. More tales. Tell them of the waters I found. Travelers, Farrell has saved my life many times, but never so skillfully as when she brought me the healing waters of life. I was at the point of death. I could not heal myself, but she found a source of healing waters somewhere in the upper halls of the dungeons. The lady guided me, I am sure, and she strengthened my arm when I battled the lizard folk guarding the well, and there were many of them. More tales. Now, this is a slight tale, but when we were in the dungeons, Pharaoh and I once camped near a fountain. The waters ran clear and sweet there, not foul as they are now. And in the dark I awoke to hear a woman singing a beautiful song. Very faint it was, echoing up and out of the splashing fountain. That is all there is to my tale, except that the song lifted my heart and gave me the courage to go on. More tales? Here's a strange tale. When I was down in the dungeon, I heard these orcs speaking in the common tongue. One of them mentioned the talking room. It seemed to me to be upstairs and off to the east. There was something in the talking room, something they wanted. But I did not learn what it does, because then I stepped out and killed them. Alas. As for more tales, now Nato once told me a tale he heard from an orc. The orc said that deep in the dungeons, big spider-like creatures hunt everything that moves and take anything that glitters back to their line their nests. Many times the orcs had tried to win back these treasures, but each attempt met with disaster. As for more tales, Surely you have already heard of the Mountain Fist, a great club, or perhaps it is a mace. The legends vary. It is a mighty weapon, but not powerful enough to save its master from the chill touch of spirits. Legends say that he was turned to a shadow and went to stalk the deep underground, taking the Mountain Fist with him. More tales? I do not know if this tale should be believed. It came to me in a dream. In my dream, I held something in my hand. I dared not look at it, but it was bright. So bright that my whole hand glowed red as blood. Before me there was an abyss in the shape of a grave. I closed my eyes. Yes, in my dreams, I could still see. And I opened my hand, letting the bright object fall into the depths. In only a moment, a great wind sprung up, such that I was borne up away from the abyss and into the bright sky like a bird. And I awoke. More tales. Well, now, as you know, Athen was looking for a way to get to the city heights. He told me a story of Mr. Myth Drannor, that the city held a magical device that could whisk you from the deepest parts of the highest tower all in a blink. He was looking for one in particular. It moved within a circle of stones and traveled from floor to floor. It went all the way up to the building on the city heights. He said he was following a trail of ice, but I did not understand what he meant. More tales? In that area, as in all areas, you must take care. Stay away from creatures that are too strong for you right now. Come back later when you are stronger and maybe have found allies to aid you. Then may the evil things fall to your sword and your spell. More tales? A word about resting in that area. When Pharaoh and I grew tired, we sought out safe places to rest. Rooms that were off the main path with doors we could shut against spying eyes. And Pharaoh made quite sure there were no monsters running nearby before we settled down to sleep. More tales! I cannot tell you any more tales now. Talk to me later, after you have gone down into the dungeons and seen them for yourself. All right, so that was a lot of tales. But the other cool thing is that if you come over here and you click on your journal, you'll see that now we've got a whole bunch of quests. All the times that little trumpet was sounding as we were talking to them, they got these quests added one by one to this list. So we can kind of, as we're going through the tunnels, going through the dungeons, we can take a look at these as we, go through some of these quests personally. So let's go ahead and close out of here, and then let's just go ahead and get outside. And we did a lot in a short little while there, so let's go ahead and save our game. Again, we'll just use the temp here. All right, now that we're here, let's go ahead and make our way back. We'll circle the other side here, as eventually this place will become important to us. It isn't right now, but it will be later. And let's recross the bridge. And once again, make our way up here. This time I'm going to go above that fountain that we were able to go to. And come here because there's a couple of skeletons up here for it to take on. And with her up front, let's give this a shot. And she made quick business of them. Wonderful, huh? Let's go on down here. I can't remember. Did I get the stuff that was in that chest? Or did I skip it by? I'm going to send my thief up there. I don't think I did. Bet you all of you were screaming about it when you saw it too, huh? The party must move closer, huh? That's the one thing I can't stand about. Well, sorry, I want to send my thief up here, but it says your party must move closer, and when you make your party move closer, they all get in the way. Okay, so let's try and. No, we did not grab it, huh? So another joint appointment. Let's go ahead and give it to her. In fact, these are going to be divine scrolls, so we're going to give them to her as well. Wonderful. Made up for. Go ahead and make our way around to the other side here. Now, there's going to be a fight coming up here that I'm not sure I can always easily win, but might as well save just in case.
Hulk, go away! This loot ours!
Demand they surrender the loot. Surrender? We orcs of Zud. We not know what that word means. You make us angry. All right, we made you angry, so here we go. All right, so let's give her a shot with the bow here. Woohoo! It actually worked and took it down. Nice. We'll back you off here, though. And then we'll come up and attack with her. Also a nice hit. Not so nice there, but what can you do? 2 out of 3 ain't bad, right? Let's go ahead and do some arcane. Magica Missile. And that took care of it. Nice, nice. Good battle. Looks like we got some gold out of the deal. All right. We come up here. And it looks like there's a rock in the way. So we'll have to crush that rock. Again, we're going to save our game. And present our way in.
Tush, tush, they come!
Okay, so I think I can use my arcane spell here. Nice, took them out. And like I said, it's not going to probably let me do that yet. So I'm going to just pull back here, forward with him. Put her here. Give this a weight, and then we'll just have him roll out from there. We'll try with the bow. Oh, nice. Try another hit. And we did just splendidly. Okay, so I'm going to save here again, just because I have no idea whether or not that sets the player's trap. My thief, his skills should be pretty good at this point. If we take a look at his character, he did level up once here. So the skills that I gave him open locks at 8 and disable device at 7. So we should be pretty good, I think. If there is anything that needs to be untrapped. Let's give it a shot. Party must move closer. Okay, he was able to open it. Don't know if there was anything there, but that's a nice ring of protection. We're going to give that to him here. And a warhammer, we're going to give that to him. Let's go ahead and look at our characters a bit. So I'm going to keep trying to get him as much armor as I can, because he's our lead tank. This should be nice because we now have a magical weapon for her. Since we have these three things to sell, it's not going to get us much. Might as well just go ahead and sell them since we're right next door, right? Alrighty then, so let's do just that. Hello, Noddle. We got some stuff for you. There you go. Here you go. There you go. Thank you much. Okay, let's get a move on. So, we want to cover every place here. I could just go straight to the right, which would take us to where we need to go, but there's some more characters that we could fight down here, so let's go do so. Okay. Let's take another shot with the bow. Yay! It worked! Always love when the bow works. Okay, we'll hold our ground here. I'm going to back you off here. I'm not going to waste my arcane spell when I think we might have it. And we'll attack. Oh, bad. Yay, we took them out. And oh, there's another guy down there. Okay, well, I'm going to pull him forward here because he's a little too close to the others for my comfort. That didn't work the spell or not, but did a little something. You try to get them to deflect to your strongest characters, but occasionally they'll just target one of your weaker ones. Oh, that's no good. So if I try to attack with a bow right here, it's not going to be good for me because it's going to generate an attack of opportunity. So what I'm going to do is come into my inventory. I'm going to switch to my short sword and attack. Great stuff. Since I like to use my bow for the most part, I come back here, go to my weapons, and go back to my short bow. Wonderful. Good fighting, guys. I do believe that this is everything. This one that I touched here, but I believe it's empty. Nothing inside. And I do believe, at least at this time of day, there's nothing else here for us to attack. But there is an event we can generate over here. If we go into this tree stump. Not tree stump, it's a little ruined tower. It looks a little like a tree stump, though, doesn't it? If I try to open this chest, it's going to generate yet another undead event. Ooh, and they took some power from me there. Not got a really good shot. Now, yes. But nothing good came of it. An attack. Didn't go anywhere. Righty. This one should be okay if I come over here and shoot, but again, the rolls are just never all that great in this game. I'm going to try and come up here so that she's in viewing distance of them. And look at all those failed rolls. And yet they're hitting him. All right, well, we got her, though, and that should take care of it. And what do we find here? We find another ring of protection, which we'll now give to her, as well as an amulet of constitution, which again we will give to her to help with the lack of constitution that we had to give her in our rolls. So let's go to her character sheet. Give her the ring of protection. Give her the additional point of constitution. And then let's go on back up here so that we can get our guy his health back. Wonderful. Okay. Let's proceed on down. And just in case, we're going to come up here and give our guys some rest. All right, so we'll make our way down. So it looks like we're going to have a fight coming up here. So there's one guy there. Another guy up there, I think. So let's go ahead and get ourselves situated. That was nice. Okay, now I'm not sure how easy that shot is going to be here. Ha ha ha! Way to go! That was a tough shot. And interestingly enough, we got some loot out of it, so let's go ahead and see what's there. We have a quiver that we can give to our guy here, and we have a bow. The long bow +1. Now, I don't think he can equip this. Let's double check. Because he's a halfling. Yeah, see, it says our class. Maybe that's the thief does it. I don't know, but either way, he cannot equip this. So what we'll do is we'll give it to our fighter, because our fighter does occasionally need to make shots from a distance. So we'll go ahead and put him out there. And we might as well run it back to the Noddle so we don't have that extra bow, since we're right here. Hey, Noddle. So we're going to sell you off this little bow and then be on our merry way. Oh, okay. So I think we're ready to come up to what is, I believe, going to be the last battle we have on the surface here before we make our way underground. So if we take a look at our map here, We've made a few places to find, so I'm going to mark a couple markings here. This is our friends. And we'll come over here, and this will be sales. And I don't think we really have any place else that we need to mark at this time. The next place will be over here by the dungeon, so let's go ahead and save our game. Make our way up.
We go to work now.
Okay, we do. Good for you. We'll hit you with this bow. Let's see how that works out. It worked out okay. And again, we're going to let him come to us, so... And this time we will go ahead and use our arcane. That helped a little. Oh, that was a toughie. Oh, we'll have to take a shot. That didn't quite work out. Okie doke. Nice. And thankfully he missed, so take another shot with the arcane here. It did some damage. And she tried to do the rest, but... Alright, our bowman finished it off. When the last of the orcs falls, something flutters out of his grasp. Blue stone, bound in bands of iron. Try as you might, you can't figure out the use for the thing, or break the bands that encircle it. So we might as well take it. Let's go ahead and give it to our wizard here. Our sorcerer, sorry. It's probably some kind of faux pas there among wizards and sorcerers. You don't want to call them the wrong thing. And we got, it looks like just a common hammer. I could take it back and sell it, but it's probably not going to give me very much anyway, so just leave it. Down here is this special grass, and I can tell you what it does. It just, you touch the blue glow moss, and a rush of healing energy flows through you. So it's yet another place where we can heal ourselves. So we'll pull something up here and put down healing grass. And as you can see, the dungeon entrance is right here, so we'll put that in as well. And what we'll do is we'll come up here and save our game and attempt to enter the dungeon. A helm on the air, the word of mistress speaks itself and unseals the tumble-down door. And here we are, making our way inside. Right away, we find ourselves in a bit of a battle. Pull myself back here. Pull myself forward here. And again, try to take a magic missile attack. Yeah, it's such a tough time to try and take these guys on. What can you do? Ooh, that worked. Again, I'm going to have to inventory weapons, short sword, That didn't work that time. Gonna have to come back and try and hit him. Ah, it's great. That worked out nicely. With the release here and see if we can get this. Well, she took a good hit, but she's not dead yet. So let's go ahead and see if we can turn the favor. No. We'll have to see if we can hit here. Oh, still didn't finish him off. But I bet you we can finish him off this time with a nice little Magica Missile. There does the trick. Okay, I don't think we're going to be able to do it here, but... Well, we probably maybe should have not taken such a chance with her. She's already been low, hit once, so well. But go ahead, give it a shot here. All right, we've been successful. Okay, so there's some things in this room for us to grab before we move on. There's a key here that we're going to put here. Wonderful. And we're going to move him over here a little bit again. I see a chest here. We'll have to have our thief give it a shot and see if he's able to open it without any issues. Doesn't look like it. And there's a short sword +1, so he'll end up taking that, and a sling +2 that we can give to her. So let's go ahead and take a look at our characters again. Okay, so we'll put the bow on him, but when it comes to his secondary weapon, we'll leave him with a short sword +1. Put this over here to our loot carrier. We'll go ahead and give her the better sling. Now, wonderful. We should be ready to go. Okay. So, again, we got our one character injured here, so we might as well, rather than just waste power, just go ahead and use another sleep since we're in a safe room. But then we're going to save the game. And since this is kind of a new, important area, we're going to do dungeon entrance. We'll start. I'll just overwrite my temp again so that it pushes it to the top of the list. And that should do it for us. So, at this point in time, I think that I've played a good bit here to say that it's a decent place for us to stop this first video. I hope you've enjoyed watching it. And I hope that you continue to watch on to the next video when we publish it. I am Iceman, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day.